Hello folks. I'd like to run through a Total War Shogun 2 siege battle in multiplayer. The really interesting thing about Shogun 2 is actually that sieges have been substantially improved, and this is the first time in the Total War series that I actually find them fun. Vaos and I are the attackers, and the defenders are Bron-san and Hyorinmaru from the 7th Samurai clan. My forces are deployed up here in the north, primarily. Up here I have 6 units of Katana Samurai, 5 units of Ashgaru archers, and my general, who is specialized in support skills. Proceeding clockwise, Vaos' main army, positioned in the east, has 4 units of Katana Samurai, 2 units of Ashgaru archers, 2 units of Yari cavalry, and his general, who is spec'd to be a melee beast. In the southeast, we have a third mixed attack force. Vaos has 3 units of Katana Samurai and 2 units of Ashgaru archers, while I have 2 units of Katana Samurai here meant to rush the enemy gates. Hyorinmaru has set up defending the south side of the castle. He has 3 units of Yari Ashgaru, 4 units of Katana Samurai, and his general, whose upgrades are unknown. Bron-san is deployed to defend the north side of the castle. He has a wide variety of troops, including 3 Yari Ashgaru, 1 Yari Samurai, 2 Katana Samurai, 1 Yari Cavalry, and a archery-capable general. Note that this general is the only archery unit among the entire defending force. Let's begin with the north. Our basic plan of attack is to rush every single side we possibly can. The more pressure we can put on, the more fronts that the defenders will have to respond on, and they simply don't have enough troops to do that. The defenders have a substantial advantage in any one engagement because of the choke points. They can put up a solid front on a short front, or they can spread themselves too thin to be effective on multiple fronts. Obviously, we'd prefer the latter. Now, the defenders don't have any archers, which means I can close with near impunity, but the towers do automatically shoot arrows at any attacking units until captured. And over time, that's not insubstantial. It can do quite a bit of damage. Still, I'm probably being over-aggressive in climbing the walls immediately. I should probably have waited to push off the defending units using my archers, because as it is, they can still rush in before my units are fully on top of the wall. On the other hand, the first responder are Yari Ashgaru, and Yari Ashgaru do not stand any chance at all against Katana Samurai in melee. This is actually a pretty significant flaw in the defending unit composition. Yari Ashgaru are mostly only useful at either soaking up arrows, or defending against cavalry, and cavalry are not a major factor in siege battles. On the other hand, they did buy time for the tower to substantially soften up my unit, and now a larger, more general melee has commenced. However, the defenders cannot be strong on all fronts, and his response to my northern attack allows me to come up from the flank and capture the gate to allow Vaos to cross the bridge and enter the castle. The attack in the southeast, however, is faltering. It has been met by a roughly equal force, and the towers provide an important tiebreaker by inflicting attrition. This attack will end up costing us 3 units of Katana Samurai and at least 1 unit of Bow Ashgaru.
Our men are running from the battlefield! Shameful display!
It's about at this point, when the enemy is finally starting to break, that I bring my general up. You can dismount generals and basically turn them into infantry, likewise with any cavalry unit. This is useful because cavalry can't climb walls while they're mounted. It's also useful because spears will no longer get a bonus against them while they're dismounted. And now Vaos' cavalry streams in to finish off the few defending units remaining on the lowest tier.
Our entire unit has perished, my lord.
Yeah, up on the east wall, one unit of Vaos' katana samurai managed to get to the top of the wall, but are being met with overwhelming force, including Hyorinmaru's general, which I don't know for sure, but might be spec'd for melee skills. The second unit of katana samurai from Vaos is actually meeting much more success. And back on the northern flank, I've managed to capture the tower that was shooting me, which now means that it's going to shoot at the defending units on the next tier. In part because of this, and in part because of Vaos' threatened breakthrough to the east, the defenders remove their units from the area. Of course, the concentrated forces are going to wipe out Vaos' katana samurai, but this will give me an opportunity to get up the wall and capture the gate relatively unmolested. It also gives our archers time to unload on the packed defending units up there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, my lord.
This is why you want to bring archers on the attack, and why you also want to bring archers on the defense to counteract this. If you have the range superiority, you can basically push all of the defending units away from the walls, which will allow you to climb them without immediate opposition. That counteracts one of the defenders' major force multipliers. And since the defenders get much less money to spend on units in a siege scenario, yeah, fighting on even odds is the last thing the defenders want to do. Though the towers are incredibly annoying and even the odds somewhat even so. At this point, we're slowly consolidating up to the second to last tier, and we'll soon be heading over to capture that tower that's been shooting my samurai in the back. Notably, Vaos has also dismounted his general. The defenders have rallied behind the cover of the main keep. It's just about time for the last stand. Vaos' general is first up the ramparts for his troops, and as a result has the honor of meeting the entire combined charge of the remaining defending forces. This is it, one big brawl. There are some flanking actions, but this is pretty much down to attrition now. The defenders have nowhere to run and nowhere to retreat. They either break us here, or we finish them off and win. You can see the riot of ability icons going off as pretty much every triggered ability gets used in the last final showdown.
be yours!
The generals fall, and as it turns out, we have more in the gas tank than they do. We didn't actually play perfectly as the attackers, but the defenders made a couple of substantial mistakes. One of which was not bringing any archery units, and the other was bringing Gyari Ashgaru to a siege scenario, where they're basically worthless. As a result of that, we could completely outpower the defenders. Still, I have won battles as the defender in a siege. It's entirely possible. And that's a marked difference from previous Total War games, because sieges in Shogun 2 are actually interesting to play in multiplayer.